All right, this is Brad from 100 Guitars. Here we go. Let's rock out. Kidding. All right, this is Brad from 100 Guitars. We're excited to do a review for you guys of the first couple lessons that we did. And so this is something that you can practice or review, come back to from time to time. First things first, parts of the guitar. We've got the body of the guitar, which is this entire thing right here. On the body, you've got the bridge, which is this. The saddle, which is where the strings cross on the bridge. You've got your sound hole, that's what amplifies the guitar, right? Sound goes in there, amplifies it out. This is called the pick guard. So kind of guards your pick from scratching up your guitar. So that's the body. Then we got the neck of the guitar, and on the neck we've got frets. First fret, second fret, third fret. The frets are actually the metal bars, but when we say put your finger on the first fret, we mean like here, third fret would be here, fourth fret, fifth fret, so on. Right here is the nut of the guitar. This is where the strings cross to the tuning pegs, and this is the head of the guitar, which the tuning pegs are on, and that's what we're going to use to tune the guitar. And we'll show you guys that in a little bit. How to hold a guitar pick, very important. You want to use 2 fingers, not 3, not 4, not something like this. The idea is you don't want your hand to have any tension in it when you hold the pick. Because look at, if I'm holding 3 fingers or 4, look at all this tension in my hand. You don't want any of that. That's going to prevent you from being able to play smoothly in the future. So if you've learned that way, I'd recommend unlearning that way. This is how you should hold a pick. It should be able to balance on that first finger like this. And then you just simply put your thumb there. And it's going to strum the guitar like that. Some people put their hand out here. Some people in here. This is a little more stable with the hand. But look at that. No tension. And the pick just kind of balances there. So again, not even like this. You don't even want to do like flat. Because look at the tension I've introduced. It should be like on the side of your finger right here. That's going to set you up for success in the future. All right. Cool. Let's look at the tuning of the guitar. All right. So we've got 6 strings of the guitar. The first string is the thinnest. This is string 1, string 2, second thinnest, string 3, string 4, 5, and 6 is the thickest. Okay. And then the 6th string being the thickest and the first string being the thinnest. They're actually both E notes on the guitar. So whenever you hit the tuner, it's going to come up as E here. And if you hit the 6th string, the thickest, it'll come up as E there. They're both E notes. They're in a different octave. We'll get into that later. Don't have to worry about that for now. But each string has its own note name, except those 2 share the E note name. So first string, whenever we pick the tuner, if it's green and it shows up as an E, that means you're in tune. If you were slightly below tune, which is flat, like I'm purposely flattening it, see how that little bar goes down? That means you're flat and you need to tune the tuning peg up. You just kind of gradually go up till it hits that green. Now, if you're really out of tune, it'll show you a different note. So that's E, right? But if I keep lowering it, lowering it, lowering it, see how it comes up as a different note now, a D note? There's a musical alphabet. It just goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats over to A again. But like, if I'm at a D and I should be at an E, if we go through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E is up, is ahead of it. So if you see a D, that would mean you need to go up to an E note. And again, we're going until the tuner sometimes doesn't register, so sometimes you need to give it a little reset. And gradually you get back up to your green, right? Okay, so that is the first string in tune. Second string, same idea. This one should be a B note. See how it says B right there? That means I'm in tune. Let's go to the 3rd string, should be a G note, and that's right. Again, if I were flat, it would look like this. That would mean I'm not in tune because it's blue. And if you see the little lines below the middle, right, we need to get that up to the middle by tightening the string till it says G. Go into 4th string, it should be a D note, that's right.
If I were sharp, it would be the other direction. It would be actually here, and it would start reading the E note. And if it reads E, again, A, B, C, D, E, E, we need to go backwards to D because the fourth string here is a D. So let's go back to the D, get that in tune. Fifth string should say A, and it does, so we're in tune there. And then sixth string, again, is also an E note. So the thickest string is an E note, and the thinnest string is an E note.
Awesome. So that's a little bit how you tune a guitar. If you need a reference point for that, on 100guitars.org, we have a tuning reference that'll have all the note names and a little bit about how to tune there.